You know, I don't know. I would say from a sociological standpoint, it would seem absolutely normal to have a certain level of fear when you're going out in public and doing that stuff. I feel no fear. There isn't a tiny level of intimidation in my bone that exists on any level at all. You know, and in some crazy sense, does that make me mental? If I could sit here and I could have a cohesive, coherent conversation, one-on-one interaction with you, the viewer, and myself, I don't feel like that's enough justification for you to label me as insane, stable, or credible person. Because you've seen throughout history, a lot of credible, articulate, intellectual people had the ability to sit down and have a coherent conversation with the huge magnitude of people. And then the next day they kill them all. Jim Jones, the preacher a couple years ago, I mean, he killed thousands of people. Ted Bundy was a mass murderer. He was a serial killer and he killed millions. And he was one of the most charismatic individuals you'll ever meet. So I don't feel like me being coherent to the viewer right now is enough to go by to label me mentally stable. This is why I always say these are some of the deepest, I don't know, philosophical, psychological, sociological questions that need to be answered. But I would say this: one of the most interesting emails I ever gotten was from a university professor, a university PhD professor. And what he did say in the email, and I wouldn't call his name, he said a single one of your videos has enough, a single one. I need to quote exactly what he said word for word in the email. He said, a single one of your videos has enough information to keep a group of psychologists and psychiatrists busy for months. And I'll say this again. He said, Mr. Pregnant, a single one of your video has enough information to keep a group of psychologists and psychiatrists busy for months. And this is coming from a university professor with a PhD. And I'm not too sure if he was being sarcastic, but I took his condescension as a compliment. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that I'm the lottery ticket for shrinks? I'm the lottery ticket for shrinks? I don't know. However you want to sum up my work, however you want to sum up my content, whatever category you want to put it in. Like I said before, this video is not a justification video. I'm not trying to validate myself. This is basically a mere summary of my last episode, Man in Panties, and just some sociological evaluations I made while doing it for experimental purposes only. There's a lot more intricate stuff I could go in terms of detailed stuff that I've experienced, both negative and positive. But I would say 99.9% of my experience were very positive, and that's it. Like I said, I can go on for hours. And in terms of how is what I do going to evolve, all I can say is time will tell. And I love you all. Big shout out to the UK. I love the UK. All the people in the UK. I love the UK. I love you all. You're laid back. And I believe if I come to the UK, I will have a much better response than people in New York. But I love New Yorkers also, because I live in New York. Big shout out to Canada. Big shout out to my Caribbean people. Caribbean. The whole Caribbean. Love you all. And that's it. Schnacka schnow. Schnacka schnow. Schnacka schnow.